continues with Super Tuesday, presented by KFC. And from Rupp Arena in Lexington, Kentucky, it's the SEC on ESPN. Top team in the conference, top team in the country. Kentucky #1, riding 15 straight wins right now. But Florida, ranked #7, trying to stay on their heels. Top 4 teams get a bye in the first round of the SEC tournament in New Orleans. Dick, the question is, as we go to one-on-one, what can Florida do that nobody else has been able to so far?
Well, you know, Brad, they're going to have to make the three. There's no doubt about it. They lead the nation in threes made. They average about 10.5 threes a game. For them to win tonight, they're going to have to make a minimum of 10. They got 5 guys that can make them. You talk about Boynton, you talk about Walker, you talk about Beal, and also Rosario and Murphy. On the other end, Anthony Davis, the best shot blocker in America, a dominator, a guy that absolutely is the key why they have the best field goal percentage in America. 36% teams shoot against Kentucky.
All right, Dick, let's take a look at the starting lineups for the Florida Gators. Irving Walker and Kenny Boynton, a veteran backcourt. Beal's the freshman. Murphy and Patrick Young are up front. And for the hometown Wildcats of John Calipari, Teague, Lamb, and Kidd-Gilchrist. Terrence Jones and the aforementioned Anthony Davis up front for the Wildcats. Let's check in. Third member of our team, Shannon Spake. Shannon?
Well, Brad, Florida head coach Billy Donovan told me today he believes that there are 2 things that lead to greatness in a team. Number 1, the way that you handle tough competition, and number 2, the way that you respond to adversity. Certainly he is aware that his team will be put to the test on both of those here tonight. Now, as far as the Kentucky Wildcats, despite just 1 loss on the year and being ranked 1st in the nation, Coach Calipari continues to say his team needs to improve. Coach Calipari was at the Super Bowl on Sunday. He watched the New York Giants, and he's used them as an example. He said that they were not the best team during the season, but they were the best team when it counted. Brad?
No doubt about that. He's used Nick Saban and now Tom Coughlin in firing his troops up. He's got to keep them motivated, and he says there's a fine line between swagger and arrogance, and he's been walking that fine line with these guys as Anthony Jordan set to throw it up, and we're underway. Gary Maxwell and Mike Roberts, the other 2 officials, and here's #1 Kentucky.
Tell you one thing, Brad, I don't think there's any doubt we're going to see Florida doing some trapping and pressing like they did at the end of the game against Vanderbilt.
Terrence Jones, who had such a great start against South Carolina, in this case has the first turnover of the ball game.
You know, he's been an enigma all year long. Had that one stretch, 4 games, where he really struggled. But then he's been coming on, playing a little bit more aggressive basketball.
Backcourt pressure, Florida handles it easily. Now here's Irving Walker, the senior, at the point.
Should have no problem with pressure because of their experience in the backcourt.
Yeah, each team, a little bit of the jitters early.
Tell you one thing, you don't want to turn it over against this Kentucky team because they're going to go the other way and get a deuce.
13 straight winning seasons, going for 14. That would make an upset tonight to give them 20 again this year.
I think a key player tonight's going to be Patrick Young. I think he's got to give him some quality minutes against that front court.
Offensive foul on Marcus Teague, who threw his shoulder in.
Tell you, he's a kid that's made a big adjustment. As you're watching Teague right here, came on the collegiate level as a terrific scorer, and he's had to make the adjustment to be a distributor, and he's getting better and better at it.
He knows he's got the height advantage on Irving Walker, but Irv kept his ground through the charge.
See Kentucky put a little pressure, so you can take a chance of pressure when you got a guy like Davis back there.
Absolutely.
He's the best shot blocker I've seen in many a year. Maybe you're talking about Odin, you're talking about Patrick Ewing.
In this conference, he's already passed Shaquille O'Neal's freshman record with 116 on the year. Doesn't get this one of Patrick Young's, but he does get the rebound.
Try to go right inside at him. The one game they lost, he got in foul trouble against Indiana.
So a lot of people think maybe if foul trouble happens, it's the way to beat Kentucky because everything else seems to work for him.
Played only 23 minutes that game, and in that game also, Indiana made the 3 in the second half. It's 7 in a row.
Here's Lamb on a runner. Snatched out of the air by Young. That's one thing. Patrick Young can match up with Terrence Jones, muscle for muscle underneath. Here's Murphy, who's a good 3-point shooter, and he knocks it down.
You're right on it, Brad. He can flat out shoot the 3. They got 5 guys that can make the 3s. They have taken 599 threes coming into this game.
And now they have made 242. And for Murphy, that's his 36th. And he's shooting 46% from out there. So not a guy you can leave alone. Davis He's not a three-point shooter. He's now 0 for 7 in that capacity, but he tried one there.
Don't let him shoot that. See, I think sometimes guys play for the scouts. They want to show people we're multi-dimensional.
Murphy a little too strong on his second attempt from outside the arc. And here comes Kidd-Gilchrist. This guy can shoot. Lamb rings it out. Jones trying to follow. And now the outlet to Boynton. A great outlet pass, and Kenny Boynton lays it in.
A terrible job by Kentucky in transition. Nobody rotated back after the shot.
Not the start John Calipari was looking for. And a quick timeout. 5-0 Florida. Here's a three by Murphy, and then an outlet pass that got Boynton an easy layup in transition. 5-0.
You know, Florida's been tested. I mean, they went on the road. They lost a tough game to Syracuse. They lost a tough game to Ohio State. So they want to see whether or not he's behind the three, behind the line.
Oh, his foot might have been on the line.
It looks like it was on the line, but you got 2 eyes. I got 1.
You know what? They're going to call it a two-pointer. So it is 4-0 right now.
That's a right call, too.
Yeah, it
was on the line.
Good job by the officials. Gary Maxwell, Mike Roberts, Anthony Jordan wanting to get it right.
Tell the guy that really rises in games like this. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. He loves the big stage. Played great against North Carolina and Louisville. In his other games, you just wonder. He doesn't score hardly at all, but he's a terrific talent.
5 on the shot clock. Teague's got to go up with it over Walker. Missed it. And the rebound off to Beal.
You know, early in the game, I see a little passive kind of situation there with Kentucky. I don't see that real, you know, intensity, emotion. They've been just absolutely pummeling people. John Gasaway does a great job on this ESPN Insider. Did a whole article about how since the halftime of the LSU game, they've just been beating people.
Yeah, they've been beating people by 20 or more. And a nice left-hand hook by Patrick Young, and Kentucky down 6-0 at home.
Florida up a touchdown. The crowd quiet too.
Absolutely. Tough move by Jones. Missed it over Murphy. Murphy will get the rebound.
They want to see Jones be a little bit more aggressive offensively.
Boynton packs it inside to Young.
Young's been in big before. He really has struggled. Had a little ankle problem, but they think it's really a confidence factor.
Lamb, that was a tough catch. He's still going to take the jumper on the wing and got it.
He can score, man. You said it earlier, Brad. You can count it. He can flat out shoot the rock.
Would have taken a three, but the pass was a little bit too wide, so he just adjusted and got to the wing and has the first basket for Kentucky. But it took him 4.5 minutes to get that. Here's another Florida turnover, and the race to the bucket. Teague wins.
Teague, high school superstar, came in. The one great thing that John Calipari does, he gets these stars to understand their roles, to blend in, to not be selfish. Oh, listen to this place, Brad. They love him here. Oh, Big Blue Nation going bananas. 2
minutes ago you said they were quiet. They aren't anymore. And now Beal with a miss, and they won't get any less loud on the break here. Kidd-Gilchrist, the lob. Jones missed inside. And now a foul underneath, and look out. And it's 2 Wildcats that are tangled up. And Kidd-Gilchrist really took a bad fall and then had Davis land on it. We'll check on him. 5 minutes into the game, Kentucky's responded after being down by 6 with back-to-back baskets. 6-4 Gators. Help them much. Bulldogs trying to avoid a sweep against Ole Miss. The RPI, 7 teams in the top 58 RPI-wise in the SEC. Well, Mitchell's been kind of a problem a little bit for Anthony Grant this whole season, and it finally came to a head, and he said it wasn't one thing, it was a whole bunch of things.
You know, one of these kids is going to grow up, man. Part of being mature. I mean, a coach wants to play a kid like Tony Mitchell, but after a while, you're not part of the team. You got to follow rules, my friend. That's what life's all about. Joe Lenardi, our fine bracketologist, we'll get into that big time as we get down the stretch. He has 5 teams going to the NCAA tournament from the, right now as of today, from the SEC.
These are 2 of them.
I think so. I think they got a shot.
Kidd-Gilchrist trying to tie it up at 6.
I love this kid. He's a warrior, man. He's an absolute warrior. He's just a competitor. He's all about the team. St. Patrick's Elizabeth.
Kentucky started out 0 for 7 from the floor, but now they've tied things at 6. Let's see if Florida can get back into their half-court offense and not turn it over. They've had back-to-back turnovers.
So they're doing a great job attacking the 3-point shooters. They're going to make them beat them off the bounce. They're not going to allow them to step up and square and shoot the 3.
And Murphy crossing the lane, and Miller got a hold of him.
So I saw the game plan inside. Went in the locker room. I took a little peek. He didn't know I was looking. I saw it. Game plan. Attack their three-point shooters. Make them try to beat us off the bounce. And we'll have Mr. Davis waiting for them.
It's hard for you to sneak around anywhere.
Yeah, my ball tone's pretty recognizable.
It's not that they see you, but they can hear you coming. 8 on the shot clock for Boynton.
Screen and roll. Gonna step out.
Boynton's going to take it inside, and he had it stripped, so it is another turnover by the Gators. That's one thing they couldn't afford tonight. Wilcher, 3, got it.
He can shoot it. I think this kid's got to get more minutes. I think he can be a major factor for them, especially in tournament time.
I had him on Saturday, and he had 12 points all in the second half. But he can stroke it.
Sometimes the game's a little too quick for him.
Beal drives and scores.
He's a big-time diaper dandy out of St. Louis, went to the same high school as the kid Lee.
Just as Kentucky had taken a 3-point lead, Florida cuts back into it. Now loose ball and a Wildcat turnover. Boynton on the other end trying to beat Teague to the hole. Beal will follow.
Terrific job in their pressure to create the turnover. They went on a 9-zip spurt against Vanderbilt when they were struggling with the press.
Forced 17 Vandy turnovers, and they turned it into 19 points in that game. Here's Wilcher on a runner. He gets undercut. And the foul's going to be on Young.
I think they got Wilcher
going to call
charge.
Wilcher. I'll take it back.
Going to take a look right here. Watch Wilcher squaring up. He can shoot it. His daddy played in the NBA. Take a look right here. He's up in the air. Once you're up in the air, there you got no chance.
Young did a great job. Young did a great job of holding his ground.
Tell you one thing. Young looks like he can play tight end.
Absolutely.
I mean, a lot of the basketball players have done it. Think about Gates.
Tony Gonzalez.
Yeah, Gonzalez as well. He's not bad.
Jimmy Graham with New Orleans.
Wow, I forgot about him.
I don't know. You brought it up.
Yeah, Miami.
Another turnover, and that's 5 on Florida. One thing Billy Donovan said to me today, we can't have a lot of turnovers and we can't take stupid shots. So far, they're taking decent shots, but the turnovers are killing them.
Yeah, that's a formula for winning. Shot selection is so important. If you don't take good shots, you're in trouble, especially against a club like Kentucky, because you're not going to get many second and third opportunities.
Remember, Florida's only hit 1 3 so far, and that was from one of their big guys. Here's Miller trying one of his own. And Beal with another rebound.
Miller's a guy that really scares Billy Donovan. He's had great games against Florida.
Pull up 3 by Irving Walker. And Kidd-Gilchrist trying to save it on the baseline and couldn't. So it'll be Florida ball. As both teams are going to their bench. Ron Lamb's going to come back in. And Scotty Wilbekin will check in for the first time for Florida. Wilbekin gives Beal a breather. Beal's done a nice job on the boards here early.
Yeah, he's very versatile. What I like about Beal is he's not only a three-point shooter, he'll attack the rim, he can rebound.
Quick shot won't go for Young. And after the rebound, a foul as Yaget got the rebound and then got fouled.
You know, Yaget really was a key player in the Vanderbilt game. At 5 points, 8 rebounds, 3 assists. It was the key to their pressure.
He's really been rebounding extremely well.
He gives him a lot of energy, too. Plays hard.
Out of Boudreaux, France, by way of Florida Air Academy, 6'7" sophomore. He is not a good free throw shooter, however. 35% on the year, proving it there.
Florida has not been a good free throw shooting team. Yet in the last game, they go 14 for 14 in the second half. I think they were 16 for 17.
16, yeah, 16 for 17. That helped them win the game. But they missed 2 here from Yaget.
That was a good Vanderbilt team they beat. A team that's been a little up and down when you look at Vanderbilt. Certainly got some experience and outstanding players in Jenkins, Taylor, and Zealy.
Again, they leave Davis wide open. He's not going to take that shot again, I don't think.
They'll let him shoot the ball out there. Shoot 68%. 70.
They'll let him take those, though.
71.
They don't want to let him take those.
I mean, 71 dunks. Florida has 67 as a team.
Right.
I tell you, Brad, he has a chance. I tweeted it today. Did a grand slam. Be the first to win. Player of the year, Defensive Player of the Year.
And that's the 10th three-pointer he's blocked this year.
He's got such range with his shot blocking ability.
Nice wraparound pass behind the back by Rosario, and Young dunks it.
You know, Young gets the deuce. Rosario made the play. But, you know, talking about Davis, he could be the first player ever to be Player of the Year. He could be the Freshman of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and #1 in the NBA draft.
That's a lot. That's the whole package because of things like this.
Uh-oh.
Now, the single-season Kentucky shot-blocking record went a long time ago. And then the SEC freshman record went previously held by Shaquille O'Neal. Jarvis Bernardo is the next in line. But again, this is a guy that doesn't just block shots on the inside. He blocks them on the perimeter as well, as he did right before that break. And now here he is on the offensive end.
72, baby. What a diaper dandy tandem that is. Kidd-Gilchrist and Mr. Davis.
Murphy knocks down his second three, and that quiets the crowd back.
I'll tell you one thing, an elementary three like that is every bit as big as a dunk. In fact, it's better. It's 1 point better.
One more point.
It's 1 more point.
Kidd-Gilchrist, tough catch. He's going to try to take it all the way to the finger roll.
I'll tell you, he's a winner, man. He's a winner. He is a flat-out winner.
9 minutes into the game, tied at 15. So far, everything we expected.
See, really challenging the three-point shooters. Trying to get right up on their faces. Step off that screen. See, he could have right there. Oh, he had it. They rotated over quickly.
Lamb got in his face quickly enough.
Great help.
6 on the shot clock. Beal's going to try to drive and fade away, and it's blocked by Davis.
He's a shot blocking machine, man. He's a shot blocking machine.
Teague trying to get it inside of Wiltshire. Threw it away. Irving Walker, 2-on-1. He's going to pull up and take the jumper. Got his own miss and missed again.
Tell you one thing, great hustle right there. Really was a good shot. Pulled up, took a little jumper.
Lamb, and he goes to the rack.
Lamb, great drive to the basket. Good speed, good first step.
Kentucky by 2. Crowd is up. Billy Donovan takes a timeout from his hand and threw it in all in one motion.
You know, I want to show you how unselfish Kidd-Gilchrist is. I had a tweet on my thing that said, who's the best freshman in America? I listed 5 guys. He sends me back one. He says, not close. Anthony Davis. And he was one of the 5 guys that you could have voted for.
Right.
He didn't vote for himself. He
not
said,
even close.
Not close. Anthony Davis.
Past the midway point of the first half, and Kentucky by 2 after trailing 6-0 in the opening minute. Beal trying to work against Jones. Up high on the glass, and Vargas fouls him.
I love that Beal can really attack off the bounce.
There's a look from underneath and above.
Cameron Indoor Stadium, rough. I love certainly Rock Chalk, Jayhawk, and the museum. I call Chapel a museum. You walk in, you look at all those banners, and you get goosebumps.
Right now we got a good game going here. The top 2 teams in the SEC with 9:36 remaining in the half. And Brad Beal at the free throw line. Shoots 74% on the year. He's got 5 points here in the first half.
So far, really struggling from the 3 when you look at Florida, 1 for 5 shooting the 3.
They'll keep pumping them up there.
Absolutely. You know, it's a different kind of team that Billy's used to having. This is a team, spread them out, 4 guys, 1 guy inside, take advantage of his perimeter players. Outstanding guys, very versatile. You're going to match up with them. A lot of similarity to Missouri. Missouri plays those 4 small guys, and boy, do they know how to win down the stretch.
Well, Lamb got up in the air and realized Young was right in his grill. Did come back down with the ball. They'll get another chance.
Get some quality minutes tonight out of Young.
7 on the shot clock as Lamb backpedals and works against Irving Walker. Darius Miller from the elbow as the shot clock was expiring, but the second chance is Terrence Jones.
Terrence Jones with the offensive rebound. I thought he was going to have a monster year this year. In fact, I picked him preseason first-team All-American.
And a lot of people did, and he was the first team SEC choice. In fact, picked as the SEC Player of the Year in the preseason rankings. And there he stuffs one inside. He does a pretty nice job blocking shots as well. The number 6 shot blocker in the conference.
You know, you can make an argument for them as having the best front court in basketball, even though I give the edge to North Carolina. As you watch Jones right there. I mean, you talk about Jones, Davis, and Gilchrist, Kidd-Gilchrist. That's pretty good.
People don't realize how tall Kidd-Gilchrist is. He's 6'7", and he's put together.
You know what's great about him? He can guard people on the perimeter. Here he is now. He's got a challenge playing against Beal.
Here's Young on the baseline. They work it back outside and go right back into it with 6 on the shot clock. Tough shot. Didn't go. Rebound Kidd-Gilchrist.
Didn't have a good angle there in that box.
Miller, great pass to Vargas. And now Kidd-Gilchrist is going to draw the foul.
He just keeps working. Tenacious, relentless. As Miller right now with the diagonal pass. Going to find the open guy, Vargas. You know, Vargas started out of Florida.
Yeah, he did. And transferred to Miami-Dade. And now in his senior season.
Also transferred Kenny Kodja, doing a great job at Miami. What about Miami beating Duke? Reggie Johnson was phenomenal. Mike Krzyzewski was not a happy camper about the energy and the effort of Duke. I don't think he's going to have to be concerned about energy and effort tomorrow night.
I don't think so either. Kentucky's got its biggest lead.
They just keep coming at you. I think it's amazing when you can go through several years of being unbeaten at home against SEC competition. That's pretty impressive. You know who told me that? Rick Pitino.
And Florida's had trouble with turnovers in this first half. John Calipari's team was down 6-0, but they've rebounded now to lead by 4. And even though he's got his hands on his head, he'll talk with Shannon when we come back to Rupp in a minute. All right, Ryan here, 4-point game, just under 8 to play. Kentucky 21-17. Shannon with John Calipari a moment ago.
Coach, you guys were scoreless in the first 4 minutes, but have certainly made up for it. What's been the biggest difference between the first stretch and now?
We got rid of the EBGBs, I guess. I mean, missed some one-footers, and you got to give Florida credit. They're a terrific basketball team. It seems as though they're playing a little step faster than us, a little more aggressive than us. So we got to pick this up if we're to beat these guys. This is a hard game. This team is very good.
You have contained their 3 points so far. They've made just 1. How have you done that?
Well, we're up on people, but they had 2 or 3 open that they missed. So they're going to make threes now. I mean, they'll step back and shoot them from half court and make them. So our thing is long rebounds. My point guard's got to get a couple of those that are bouncing out wide.
Thanks, Coach.
Well, the heebie-jeebies are gone. Very little difference right now as Kentucky has 1 more field goal and 2 more free throws.
Tell you what's amazing. He went through a 5-year cycle. Ready for this? 172 and 17. Well, the NCAA, stripped him some. He showed me a ball today. Said this is the ball of 500 wins. But they told me it doesn't count. So that means I'll get another 500 ball win.
Well, 9 wins from now, I can get another ball, I guess. You saw the statistic. Dick talked about it in the open. Over 10 threes made per game, which is tops in the conference and tops in the country. And Florida's going to have to start using those and have some of those drop. And John Calipari told me on Saturday, he said they might take 38 before the game's over. I don't think they'll get that many, but they might end up with 28.
John has a way of exaggerating a little bit. Look at that drive right there by Jones.
And offensive foul.
Oh, got an offensive foul. Makes an aggressive move. Triple threat position. Squared his body really well. Defense rotated over. I was teasing Calipari. I said the one thing Billy Donovan has, you can't buy, my friends. You watch the drive.
I guess the left knee in the chest. Yeah. He's going to have to sit, and that might be it for Jones for the half.
It's one of those calls you can go either way. It's so tough to call. Yep. I was teasing John. I said, Billy's got 2 things you don't have, and you can't buy it. National championships.
Back-to-back, in fact, in 06 and 07.
He's dying to get one, I'll tell you that. That's his goal right here at Kentucky.
Well, a win tonight would snap his longest winning streak, or break his longest winning streak that he had at Memphis, which was also 47 games. And right now riding a 47-game home winning streak here at Rupp. Hook shot is short. And Kidd-Gilchrist always seems to be in the right place, and here he comes.
He puts pressure. Look at the way he goes to the basket. I told you, Brad, bring out the big lights, bring out the big game, and that kid goes to another level.
Stretches the lead to 6. You get trying to hook pass back inside to Murphy, and Came free to Irving Walker.
And Kidd-Gilchrist had the deflection.
Boynton bangs a three off the back of the iron. Now Beal will try one of his own. And his is in and out. Over the back on Murphy.
You take a look right here at Michael Kidd-Gilchrist. He's going to take the rock. He's going to go coast to coast. He's going to split the defense. Good quickness, good elevation. Lays him right on the glass. A terrific scholastic superstar when he played at St. Patrick's. Look at Murphy.
Murphy's got to sit down too, much like Terrence Jones. So two of the big guys, one on each team, sitting with 2 fouls.
You know, Murphy's got a brother down at Duke. He's redshirting right now. Is that Florida playing pretty good on the defensive end?
Miller. And now a blocking foul on Yagetz. It'll be his first. Saturday, we got a couple of college rivalry games for you, featuring top teams in the Big Ten and the SEC. Michigan State and number 3 Ohio State get together, and Kentucky and Vandy. Kentucky and Vanderbilt at 9, and that's Saturday primetime presented by DirecTV at 9 o'clock. Dick will be there with Dan Shulman in that one.
I'll tell you one thing, the Buckeyes are really playing well now, Brad. They're going to come up later on ESPN, really playing dominant. Jared Sullinger and company, and Buford, Kraft. That motto, man, he's got those kids playing defense. Just like right now, Florida's doing a pretty good job in their half-court defense.
Under 6 minutes as Darius Miller lets fly out a 3. And nothing but orange jerseys there as Beal pulls down the rebound.
I mean, Beal really one of the top freshmen in America, but unfortunately has no shot to be freshman of the year in the SEC.
Florida now has hit a drought. And Kentucky has a tendency to do that to people this year. There's been a lot of droughts between 3 and 5 and sometimes 9 minutes. And still, Florida can't get one to go.
They suffocate. You see right there, they made him put the ball on the floor, go from the three-point line to the medium range jumper.
Beal, great adjustment in midair to get around the traffic and score.
A terrific body control move along the baseline. He's a baseline beauty, man. He's got really great ability in attacking the rim, and he can shoot the 3 as well.
Beal off to a good start, 8 points, 5 boards. And he ends that drought from the floor for the Gators.
They're going to let Davis shoot from up on top, but they're going to put a body on him and not let him go inside and come up with the offensive rebound for a dunk.
Under 5 minutes. Davis on the pick and roll. He's going to get it out to Kidd-Gilchrist, and he'll pull up from outside.
That's an area he's really got a long way to go, making a perimeter jump shot.
Everybody hustling for the loose ball, and the possession arrow is going to keep it on Kentucky's end.
I'll tell you one thing about both these clubs, they understand how to play.
Yep.
Coaches will not have it any other way. They understand what good shots are. They understand how to hustle, how to scrap, how to share the ball.
Yagetz tried to slap that out with the left hand. He just didn't get enough on it to get it out to Walker, and that caused the loose ball. The tie-up, and Kentucky basketball with 4:45 left in the half.
I like to see him right out there. Billy Donovan said, let him go right out there. We don't want him to slide inside on us. I tell you, Teague is a totally different player than what I witnessed early in the year doing a couple of his early games. So much more under control.
Davis left hand, and Kentucky will get another fresh shot clock.
A lot of NBA people here. I know they didn't come to see me. Maybe they came to see you.
I said the other day, once you see Davis once, you don't have to waste your airfare anymore.
You know, a lot of guys, they keep talking about potential. I want guys that are ready to play. Mr. Potential gets you fired.
And there's potential. That's reality, not potential.
That's right. That is reality. Get it inside. And he's all about the team. He's all about the team. In fact, all their players about really what the team is about, be unselfish, all about winning.
73 dunks, 3 tonight. All of his field goals dunks tonight.
Why are they going to worry about shooting if he can dunk the ball all the time?
Exactly.
They kept saying Shaquille should develop a shot. Why? When he played, he could dunk.
Rosario turned it over. Kidd-Gilchrist to the rack.
My friends, this kid is a gamer. He's a gamer. Get the big game, and he is ready to perform. He's a flat-out PT player.
And now that adversity that Shannon talked about is upon the Gators with 3:45. They're down by 8. The crowd is loud, and they haven't been able to score from the floor.
They're making them try. Their game plan is being executed to perfection. They're making the Gators have to attack off the bounds. They're not allowing them to square up and shoot the trifecta.
An 11-2 run by the Wildcats.
Here's a kid you got to cover because he can shoot the open jumper. Patrick Young better get a body on Davis, and the shot goes up.
And a walk on Teague. One of his few turnovers in recent weeks. Anthony Davis having another big game. 6 points, blocking shots on the other end. Shannon will talk to Billy Donovan, whose team's in a little bit of trouble when we come back. 38 straight for the Buckeyes. The longest streak is right here, and it looks like it might get added to tonight. Shannon with Billy Donovan a moment ago.
Coach, just one three-point shot for you guys so far in this first half. How do you guys get your offense going?
Well, obviously, when the ball goes in the basket, your offense is going to get going, and I thought we've had a couple good looks, but we just I'm more disappointed at our drives into trouble where we've gotten shots blocked and our turnovers. I think when we've run offense, we've gotten good shots. We just got to continue to do that.
You talked to me today about overcoming adversity. What is your message to these guys right now and during the half?
Yeah, I think anytime you're on the road, there's going to be challenges. We're down 8 right now, so we're going to find the middle of our guys right now, and just in terms of trying to battle and fight this last 3:04 and try to dig into the lead a little bit.
Thanks, Coach.
8 turnovers right now by the Gators, and a 10-2 run by Kentucky has put them up by 8.
Tell you one thing, the key right now, you look at Michael Kidd-Gilchrist, he's heading for a double-double at halftime.
Yeah.
He's got 9 rebounds, 10 points already, and they've done a great job, Kentucky, neutralizing the three-point shot. And we can't emphasize that enough. I mean, they lead the nation in made threes, shooting 1 for 7.
Murphy has the only 3 tonight, and he had 1 taken away by having too big of shoes. There's one, Kenny Boynton.
They got to get Boynton rolling. Had a good game against Vanderbilt. Did a good job defensively as well on Jenkins, leading scorer in the SEC.
Coming out of that timeout, a good job by Florida to get Boynton open on that baseline outside the arc.
Next 3 minutes, well, 2:43 now, was 3:07 before. Really vital to Florida. I mean, they got to go in with a little momentum at halftime.
They could handle 5, but they don't want it to be 9. They'd like to cut into the 5. Lamb around a pick. Here's Darius Miller working against Yaget with a hook shot. Got it.
Great execution. 15 feet apart. Good spacing. A little post move, run it to the weak side. And Miller's one of those first style guys. Can shoot the 3, can post.
He's the veteran out there, the senior. That 3 won't go.
They're going to let him fly, though. He can get back in the game quickly with the 3. See, under control. I mean, they just don't come down, run, jump, and shoot. I mean, these guys play under control, have a plan to what they're trying to do offensively. Little screen and roll right here, step out after the screen.
Here's Miller again. Boynton on his hip, back outside. Teague's going to take a 3. Got it.
Great spacing right there. Whole idea in getting good shots is to create spacing. And that spacing was created because Miller was doubled up, found his teammate converted.
I said they wouldn't want to be down 9 or more. They're down 10. Very critical time for the Gators right now. Young blocked by Davis. But a foul on Kidd-Gilchrist.
Always have a chance to win when you defend, Brad. And the one thing about Kentucky, they're always going to defend. You may catch them on a night where they're not shooting well as Teague. Little inside-outside action with the score. But let me tell you this, man. As you watch him trying to score inside, it is so difficult to score with that guy in the enforcer, the dominator in the lane.
Patrick Young at the free throw line. The sophomore out of Jacksonville's got 5.
Man, you're looking at Florida right here. You know, what are you going to get, 27, 28 at the half? You got a chance to win when you hold clubs like that.
No doubt about that. John Calipari, under John Calipari, if you score 67 points or fewer, his team is 68-1.
It's not bad.
Not bad.
Not bad. Tell you one thing, he knows how to motivate too. He called up Nick Saban when he won, and he told Nick Saban about, you know, all about Alabama, how proud, and when he watched them play, how they really were all about the team. Now he's into the Tom Coughlin. I mean, he doesn't let anything slide.
We're under a minute, an 8-point game.
This kid has really turned the corner as a point guard.
8 on the shot clock as Lamb fires a 3.
And we give him that 3 as well. Hey, Florida's supposed to be able to shoot the 3. It's Kentucky shooting the 3. Teague, Lamb, Mr. Nestler, he's shooting 3s too.
11-point game with a half minute to go.
And Big Blue Nation stands up. They love their Cats, man. You talk about passionate fans.
Boynton looking for a pick from Young, but he's got those long arms in front of him of Davis, who cuts him off. Here's Rosario off the window, and then Yaget follows with his first basket.
Great hustle by Yaget. You know, he's not a guy that's going to shoot the ball well, but he's going to scrap, claw, give you some energy defensively.
Well, right now Florida's down that 9 I talked about, but will Kentucky add to it before the buzzer? Lamb got it.
He can score.
And now it's 12. Kentucky 38, Florida 26. Time for the UPS halftime report. Ryan Burr and Jimmy Joe Dykes standing by, guys. With a 48-game home winning streak, you wonder who's the last team to beat Kentucky. It was Georgia. Terrence Woodbury had 30 as the Dogs beat Kentucky 90-85 was the last time the Cats lost at home. Ironically enough, they went on to the SEC tournament the following week. Then they had an NIT home game over at Memorial, not here at Rupp Arena. So it's actually a 48-game home winning streak, but it's a 47-game streak at Rupp Arena under John Calipari. And as Dick said, he's never lost in this building.
It's unbelievable what he's achieved as a coach. And let me tell you, I'm not shocked at all. If you could win in Massachusetts like you did, that's why I love teasing him. Like I said before the game, I know how much a championship means to him, Brad. And I said, you know, John, you make a lot of money, you got a lot of cash, but you can't walk in a jewelry store and buy a ring. You got to earn it like Billy Donovan did with that team.
He's kind of like you. All kinds of money, no ring.
Yeah,
but you are in the Hall of Fame. We'll give you that.
Thank you, buddy.
And well deserved. Here's Lamb out to Teague for 3. Got it.
I just love the way he plays under control now. He was taking bad shots early this year. He hasn't taken a bad shot yet tonight. He's turned it over a little bit, but he's also got 6 assists.
And actually, he's got a better assist-to-turnover ratio than the guys that preceded him, John Wall and Brandon Knight, by far, actually.
Those two guys pretty good players.
Yeah, they are.
Tell you one thing, what about Cousins last night? Had like 29 and 13 and 18 rebounds.
Was one of the great players that came out as #1 draft choices a couple of years ago from Kentucky, and they just restocked with these freshmen they have right now. Here's Miller for 3. Got it.
They're really squared up shooting the 3. Everything's been reversed tonight. It's been Kentucky who leads, or one of the leaders in certainly the SEC, but one of the leaders nationally for points in the paint. Well, tonight they're shooting the 3.
Wow.
No chance.
And now Young underneath. Gets his man up, and he blocked another one.
No chance. It's in a minimum, man. That's a mismatch. He's the most dominant player. I'm telling you, he's closing that gap on Thomas Robinson, I believe, for Player of the Year. And he has a great chance to be a Grand Slam winner. Take a look right here. When I say Grand Slam winner,
off the window, that one got slammed. And then Jones tried it underneath after that one, and he rejected that as well.
Says, thou shalt not enter thy lane. That's my first commandment, says Anthony.
2 of them in one possession.
Yeah.
Not bad.
I'm going to tell you, can you believe a chance to be Player of the Year, Freshman of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, and first player in the NBA draft? And why not go for 6? MVP of the NCAA tournament and national championship.
Boynton has to backpedal.
Hey, they become intimidating. That psychologically really creates a problem for teams. Look at that
take a long 3 over Miller.
That's not a good 3 right there.
This one might be better. Beal over the outstretched arm, and that shot was altered, believe me. If you don't think so, go back and look at that, and you'll see that Beal saw that long arm coming in his face, and he adjusted his shot.
Absolutely, Brad. There's no doubt about it, Coach Nestler. He really did. He alters shots, block shots. He wears in your mind when you go to bed the night before the game thinking about him.
So now Kentucky with its biggest advantage, up 14 with 16:45 to play. Miller from the elbow. Good shot.
Billy Donovan told me he hurts us. He hurts us. He said he hurts us. Billy with a T.O., baby.
Billy's seen enough.
There's Miller accepting his role. They got 6 guys that really label as starters that they rotate.
5 guys average in double figures. Darius Miller's one of them, and he's got 5 in this half. And Florida had to stop it and try to stop the bleeding. But so far tonight, Anthony Davis has been everything that Dick's talked about tonight and that we've all seen all season long. And that is going out to block 3-point shots, for instance.
Just a dominator. Now here he is going to release to the goal. A little screen and roll, goes to the basket. Nobody rotates over. There he is with a lob from his buddy.
3 dunks in the first half. And Dick, he's obviously one of your guys that's one of the contenders for Player of the Year.
You know, I really had right now, if I was voting, I said Thomas Robinson. I hate to say this, I love Thomas. But, I mean, I'm starting to think and waver watching what this guy's doing. This guy's absolutely such a dominator with, you know, to me, he's worth like 15 points before the game starts without scoring a point. There aren't many guys you can say are worth points just by their defense, and he's one of them.
Murphy put a good adjustment to get it to his left hand, but it rattled out, and Kidd-Gilchrist has got a double-double, and he's fouled by Agat on his way down the court.
If I were Kidd-Gilchrist, I would spend hours and hours shooting jump shots. If he ever adds range to his game, the sky is the limit.
Tonight's
wow,
over 23,000 of these posters handed out.
I didn't get one. Did you get one?
I didn't get one.
I didn't get one either.
Shannon's got one.
Come on, Shannon. Shannon, get us some posters. My grandkids want those posters.
That shows the 7-foot 6-inch wingspan, if you will, of Anthony Davis. Miller for 3. And this time it's Beal with a rebound.
I think there'll be a major upset if anybody else is #1 in America when Mr. Stern stands at that microphone.
Murphy found an avenue, and it came out again. And boy, the frustration on Murphy. For a second, he just thought, I missed a left-handed hook that was halfway down, and now I missed a layup.
I know he's thinking a little bit about AD.
Probably.
See what the control this kid's playing under. That was non-existent earlier in the year.
Kidd-Gilchrist, nice spin to the hole.
Big time. Just a big-time performer. He has a great first step. He can explode. He changes speeds. They talk a lot about him on the Kentucky Sports Radio, Matt Jones and company. And I'll have more to talk about him after this game.
All right, Ryan, thanks. On the season, 10.5 a game. Tonight, 2 3-pointers is all for Florida. Their season low is 7 on 5 different occasions. They got a lot of threes to make to get back in this game.
Tell you one thing. You know, they came in 5th in the nation in assist-to-turnover ratio. Syracuse is #1. Right now, Florida, that is going down a little because they have 7 turnovers and, well, they have 7 assists and 8 turnovers. So obviously that's on the negative side.
Kidd-Gilchrist capped off that 3-point play. He's got 13 points and 11 rebounds.
I told you before the game, you put him on a big game, put him against North Carolina, Louisville, he rises.
Young trying to rise up on a hook shot. Murphy got the offensive rebound and finally scored one around Davis. Had to do it off the window with his left hand.
Good effort right there by Murphy. So I'm trying to pressure.
Well, the pressure worked against Vanderbilt, but I don't know if it's going to work against Kentucky.
You know, also they were home. Rowdy Reptiles, crowd, Luke gives you the adrenaline. It's a whole different ball game. They've played the 3 elite teams so far in their schedule, all on the road. Syracuse, Ohio State, and now Kentucky.
Lost at Ohio State and Syracuse, lost in 2 overtimes at Rutgers, and then a Tennessee game where they just got out physical. Those are the 4 losses for Florida. And of course, the lone loss for Kentucky was to Indiana. Other than that, perfect 23-1. There is only one perfect team, and that's Murray State, 23-0. They're tied with Florida for the #7 spot in the national rankings. Had somebody give me a Murray State wristband before the game as Teague drives in, so I got a nice... You're jealous, aren't you?
I am really jealous, right. Racer Nation, they've been showing me a lot of love, man, on Twitter. They want me to go down there for the bracket busters. Told them I don't make those decisions, my bosses do.
And just an unforced error there. Just a bad pass by Rosario.
Yeah, really not playing well at all. You know, think about the state of Kentucky. You got #1 in the nation here, Kentucky. You got Murray State, the only undefeated team. You got Bellarmine. Bellarmine right now is #1 in the nation in Division II. Unbelievable.
Pretty good basketball.
Now, and there's a school called Louisville. That's playing well right now.
They are. They put together, what, they won 7 in a row, haven't they? Somewhere there, they're in the top 25.
Blue, UConn really struggling. Has no rhythm at all. Had them last week. Have no offensive scheme. They really struggling.
Terrence Jones for 3.
He's been real quiet tonight.
Wasn't quiet against South Carolina. He had 16 points in the first half, and he played a man's basketball game in that first half. And part of it, maybe tonight, is that he got 2 fouls relatively early and had to sit. But so far tonight, he's only got 1 field goal.
They've just been blowing people away. What they did to South Carolina, just blitzed them by like 34. There's a wide open 3.
Rosario. Boy, even when they get good looks, they're not dropping.
They had a real good look right there off an inside-outside action.
Terrence Jones says, you know what, I'm going to take it all away. He got it swatted down by Young, but he got it back.
Good effort by Jones. Good effort to get him a second possession. Good patience right there. I would love to see Kentucky on a neutral floor with North Carolina, Ohio State, Syracuse. That's how you judge a club. Neutral floor.
Teague on the drive, Young with a rebound on the outlet to Beal. Let's see if he can win the race with Kidd-Gilchrist, 2 of the best freshmen in the country, and he did.
Protected the ball really well. Sealed off the defense. Kept the ball in that right hand. Used his body exceptionally well. He's a big-time player.
How'd you like to have those 2 guys on your wing?
Not bad.
Not bad, huh? Beal and Kidd-Gilchrist. Here's Kidd-Gilchrist. Cupped it and tried to get it off the window. Back the other way. Irving Walker. He'll give it up.
Wide open 3 there.
Still won't go. And Davis another rebound.
As McGuire would say, that basket right now is like a little teacup.
It's been that way all night. Florida 2 out of 15.
You know, it's been that way all season for teams playing against Kentucky. Really. When you look at, nobody really shoots a high percentage against them. That's why they're so difficult to beat.
Doesn't help when just when you think you got an open look, number 23 comes flying at you outside the arc. Here's a lob. Jones can't quite handle it on the pass from Miller.
You know, John was telling me before the game, he's worried about peaking a little bit too soon. You know, it's really amazing when you look at the champs out there. You look, for example, the Giants in football. You think last year the Packers in football, Mavericks in basketball, Connecticut in basketball. None of those teams were dominant.
Got on the roll at the
season.
right time.
Yep.
This Kentucky team is rolling tonight.
They've been rolling on people when they blew out Tennessee, blew out South Carolina, blew out LSU. And as John Huff answered for everything, he said, oh, they say LSU can't play. Well, they beat Marquette. And they say, well, you know, South Carolina can't play. Well, they beat Arkansas, beat Michigan. He has an answer for every one of them.
That's why he's a good coach.
That's right.
Got to have the answers instead of the questions.
He's got the answers.
And you, that'll be fun.
Look what they brought us.
There you go.
Anthony Davis, baby.
7'6" wingspan. You go ahead. It's all yours. No, you got grandkids. I don't. I don't want any.
I should get him an autograph. Hey, I'll tell you what.
Hey, you got a big week now. You got Carolina and Duke tomorrow, and then Vandy and Kentucky and College game day on Saturday.
Should be a lot of fun. I'll tell you one thing, though. When you think about right now, Kentucky, they're playing scary basketball, Brad. They really are. Their defense is scary. I mean, they're blown out. I mentioned, John also reminded me, and I forgot to say it. He said, you know, we hear about all these teams. LSU is supposed to not be that good. He said, they beat Marquette. And then you think, he said, you think about Tennessee, they beat Connecticut. Well, everybody's beating Connecticut right now.
Well, he's using all those statistics to his advantage. And tonight he's got a 17-point lead with 11 and a half to go, and it might get bigger after that goes in.
Wow. I don't think the guy sleeps. I really don't. I don't think he sleeps. You know, some people were tweeting, they were wondering, gee whiz, he's going to the Super Bowl and they're playing Florida. I said, get a break. What is wrong with that? The guy needs a little break.
20-point lead. Florida needs a break right now. Murphy misses a 3.
No, they need the bus man to start that engine and head back to Gainesville.
Marcus Teague picks up his second foul. Kentucky, their schedule is back loaded, if you will. They had kind of the easier part of the schedule. At Vandy on Saturday, tough place to play. Ole Miss at Mississippi State, and we'll be there to bring you that one. Jimmy Dykes and I'll have that one from Starkville. Vanderbilt a second time, and Florida a second time, and the SEC tournament. And Georgia's mixed in the middle there on March 1st.
See, I think a special team to really beat them. I mean, Billy Donovan's got a very good basketball team, but it's a step below this club because of the shot blocking ability of Davis on the inside. He changes the whole complexion of that team.
So that game March 1st against Georgia. Georgia, the last team to beat Kentucky in Lexington, but that was 3 years ago and a whole other coach ago. Davis almost had a steal there. He leads the club in steals too. Came back. Beal hit a three, but he almost got a hand on that one.
One thing about Billy's club, they will not quit. They're going to keep fighting, scrapping. They're going to full court pressure. Should open up the floor.
And it does force a timeout at least. With 10:36 remaining, as Kidd-Gilchrist had a little trouble finding an open man. 54-37. Kentucky in front. Coming up, rivalry week. A couple of teams in the Big Ten and the SEC on Saturday for you. 6 o'clock. Third-ranked Ohio State and number 12 Michigan State get together. Ohio State riding a big winning streak as well at home. 38 games for them. And then number 1 ranked Kentucky, the one we're watching right now, on the road in Nashville against the Commodores in Saturday primetime, presented by DirecTV at 9 o'clock. Kentucky and Vandy also available in 3D.
You know, Brad, last summer I was really blessed to get a great award, the Wayman Tisdale Humanitarian of the Year Award, and also at the banquet was a guy that got the Diaper Dandy of the Year Award, and that was Jared Sullinger. So we're sitting at the table. I said, Jared, who's going to be sitting here next year? He said, take this to the bank, put it down. It's a lock. I said, oh, really? He said, yeah, Anthony Davis. And I said, come on. I said, what about the kid Rivers? And what about this? Hey, he must know what he's talking about. But he may not only be sitting there for the Diaper Dandy of the Year Award, he may be going out the next night and get the John Wooden Award and every other award.
And Jared's going to be in that mix, too.
Jared, a terrific kid. Just a great kid, great family.
Fouls on Wilbekin. Against a half-court pressure by Florida.
I'd love to see that matchup. The power of Sullinger and the finesse of Davis.
Oh, there's some more of the finesse on the feed.
That's why
from Jones.
68%, Pat. 68%. Kid Ratliff shoots like 75% from Missouri.
4 field goals, all slam dunks tonight for Davis.
Came in with 70, now got 74.
Beal cut off on the baseline and double team.
John Calipari and these guys do a great job as the architects of that defense. They really build an understanding of how to play defense as a unit. There it is. Flip it up. Flip it up. When in doubt.
From a first-team SEC performer to a surefire first-team SEC performer, and Anthony Davis underneath.
A surefire first-team All-American. Absolutely guaranteed.
56-37, just about midway in the half as we check in with Shannon.
And Brad, Anthony Davis said just this week that when Terrence Jones is playing like he's supposed to play, every single guy on that court feeds off it. Terrence Jones, of course, he had a dislocated finger back in December, sat out 2 games. He said this week he is pretty much back to 100%. That splint is off, and you guys can see he is out there doing what he does best.
And helping feed his frontline teammate for some easy buckets.
I'll tell you another impressive stat. Their last game, they had 3 turnovers, Kentucky.
That's incredible, isn't it? Young's got 12, beg your pardon, 6 in each half.
Had only 1 turnover in the first half.
That was their season low. Kentucky 3 turnovers, and they had 17 assists, so you'll take that ratio anytime.
Anytime. You want to pick up that dribble, it's a no-no.
Now Lamb brings it back out on top.
Lamb gives them that prolific long-range shooter. They get all the parts, man. They get all the parts.
And they're going to have a blocking foul underneath. And you get.
I think they could have won the national championship last year if they made free throws. They would have beaten Connecticut. I think they would have beaten Butler. I really do. Oh, they have a little ride. It's going for a little ride.
Well, it all pays off in the end because you did pick up the foul underneath against Lamb, who's one of the best free throw shooters in the conference. 3rd, in fact, at 82%.
Tell you what, you watch the fans and the players before the game with pictures and all. These guys like rock stars, man. They really like rock stars.
Guy who's not had a bad week. Deron Lamb 5 for 7 from the floor tonight. He was 6 for 7 against South Carolina in the lopsided win on Saturday.
You know, sometimes gets a little too carried away, though. It really does. I mean, they don't expect to lose a game. And when they lose, they think it's the end of the world. Other teams get players, too.
So far, they've only lost once, and that was at the buzzer.
Wow, and they went absolutely bananas when they lost that game. Trust me. That was one of the great games this year in college basketball.
Young working against Davis will kick it back outside. Boynton has not been able to get free for many outside shots, so he'll take it inside, and that didn't work either.
Tough to take it in there in that traffic. Very tough.
Kenny Boynton, number 3 scorer in the conference, and he had 2 field goals in the first half, and that's it. A 3-pointer and a deuce.
Had a big game against Vanderbilt, but this is not Vanderbilt right now.
Lamb picks up the personal on the inbounds pass.
You know, I know Boynton meant well when he's quote. I read his quote in the paper yesterday. Said something, you know, hey, we're going down there. We're playing. It's an SEC game. And they're all like SEC games, whether it's Tennessee, South Carolina. No, they're not all the same, because this is not the same. Playing Kentucky is a whole different cat, baby, really.
No pun intended on a whole different cat.
Yeah.
Wilbekin misses a 3. Davis had his hand on the rebound. And foul's going to be on Young. So Kentucky cruising along, looking for a 10-0 start. The last 3 times they opened the SEC 10-0, they made at least the Elite 8, and one of those times they were national champions in '96.
96 was, well, that was the year that Mr. Pitino cut the nets down, and a team that was at that Final Four, John Kellenberg, Massachusetts.
Yep. John's had some long winning streaks on his home floor at UMass and Memphis, but this will be the capper. This will be his 48th straight win on his home floor here at Rupp Arena. Davis pull up from the free throw line.
If he can make that shot regularly, are you kidding me? Are you kidding me?
He's in double figures.
Tell you what John Kellenberg did at Mass was unbelievable. I remember doing a game against Kentucky when he beat Kentucky with Marcus Camby out in the Motor City.
Boynton finally got a better look and knocked it down. His first field goal of the second half. Under 8 minutes to play at a 18-point Kentucky advantage.
Well, for Kentucky right now, you want to make sure you still are efficient, you still execute. You don't get a little sloppy out there. You don't want them to get out of their rhythm. And if you're Florida, you want to just keep clawing and fighting.
Wiltshire hook shot.
Wow. A little bit like Clyde Lavella. You don't remember him in Kansas years ago.
Lamb for 3.
He can shoot it. He can shoot it.
Back to 21 it goes. And Lamb, much like the game over the weekend when he was perfect from three-point land, tonight he's 4 out of 5. Boynton answers it.
Well, Boynton started to put points on the board, but a little bit too late. I would tell people, go get John Gassaway's column on ESPN on the website. It's all about the dominance of Kentucky, and he did a great job in his analysis.
A little over 7 minutes remaining in the ball game. This guy's been sensational again tonight. A shot blocking machine, Anthony Davis. Not bad on offense either, in double figures. Number 1 is looking good, Ryan. 63-45, just over 7 minutes remaining. The only advantage Florida has, they have a 1 rebound advantage over Kentucky, 28-27. But Dick, we said at halftime, maybe if they come out and shoot 55%, they got a shot. They're shooting 35% in the second half. Not good enough.
Well, that's not going to get it done for you, and that's what Kentucky's been doing to teams all year. You know, on the other side, Florida's held at 9 straight opponents below 70 points. They've been playing really well. Beals had some great games against ranked teams. It's a whole different ballgame. Beals had 19 with Mississippi State, 17 Ohio State, 16 against Vandy.
12 points for Marcus Teague tonight.
Something's going to give when they go down there to Gainesville because they have a long winning streak too.
Yeah, they
Florida,
do.
They won 19 in a row at home. Nice drive.
Rosario found an avenue without Anthony Davis in his path.
Played with some great players when he played over at St. Anthony's. Played with Tyshawn Taylor. Also played with Trey Woodall, who's made a difference in Pittsburgh. I said it when they were 0-7, Brad. Pittsburgh's going to be the first team 0-7 in conference play to come back and make the NCAA tournament. Wow. All because of Woodall now back in their lineup. They've won 4 straight. It's a long way to come.
Wiltshire, he just looked like couldn't find anybody to pass it to, so he'll drill it himself, his second 3 of the night.
You know, Jay Billis really likes him, and I can see why. He shoots the ball exceptional. He's got a little Jay in him. You know, blender. These guys are blend. I'm working with those guys tomorrow, threesome. Dan and Jay.
I was going to say maybe a little Danny Ferry. I saw him in here tonight.
Oh, Danny Ferry's here tonight. He's a pretty good player.
He could shoot from outside the arc.
Well, when you try to pit a Super 7 at Duke in North Carolina, which they wanted me to do for tomorrow night, I mean, you see the players you leave off. It's unbelievable. Say what you would do here if you did Kentucky.
Davis, pull-up jumper on the baseline.
Wiltshire trying to earn some playing time.
Well, he's going to earn it if he keeps fighting like that. 2 offensive rebounds, but lost the handle.
He had a great opportunity there.
And foul. Kidd-Gilchrist picks up the personal. Talked about Duke and North Carolina. All the great matchups they've had over the years. Dick calls his 40th Duke-North Carolina game at 9 o'clock tomorrow night. It follows Georgetown and Syracuse at 7. Wednesday Night Hoops presented by Reese's Peanut Butter Cups as rivalry week continues tomorrow night. There's Danny Ferry.
Well, look at Danny Ferry. A terrific player, great person. Hey, let me tell you this, though. I saw right there Georgetown playing Syracuse, Brad. Isn't it sad that rivalries like that are going to come to an end?
Yep.
You know, Pitt in West Virginia, Kansas and Missouri. All because of this wackiness. Texas A&M.
We're going to end up in some different spots when we're doing SEC games next year, Jimmy and I.
It's really wacky. It really is. Some of it makes no rhyme or reason other than, you know, cha-ching, cha-ching, cash, cash, cash.
Big East adding Memphis officially in all sports today.
That was a good choice. Really, Memphis they needed for basketball to give them a little lift, especially if they lose at Pittsburgh and Syracuse.
Take a look at that Big East for football sometime and figure out the travel involved there with San Diego State.
It's chaotic.
You just draw the map and then do the math on the mileage. 5 minutes to play in a 20-point Kentucky lead. 4 to shoot. Lamb knows it. Had it blocked as he tried to get one away. Rejected it. Beal with an avenue to the hoop, and he's fouled.
He really attacks the rim.
Kidd-Gilchrist picks up the personal.
Take a look at these win streaks. I mean, are you kidding me? Look what Calipari's put together. 47, 47, and 33.
Tonight will be the new record for him.
And the guys, though, just wins and wins and wins. And what a class he's got coming in next year. And he's still in the hunt for a couple of great players. Kid Shabazz Muhammad, kid named Nerlens Noel, who I saw play in high school. Brad, you should see this shot blocker. I mean, he's thinking of North Carolina, Connecticut, Florida, guess anywhere he wants to go. He can think about it. America's guest. It must be nice to be America's guest. Nobody wanted me. Nobody wanted me on it. It's got to beg and plead. See, I get a kick when kids tell how tough they got it. Because everybody's chasing. I don't know what to do. Toughness is when nobody wants you.
That's
not
right.
when everybody wants you.
Kentucky now just running out the string here with 4 minutes and 20 seconds remaining. Lob underneath to Davis for Kidd-Gilchrist.
That's the diagonal pass from his buddy. And his buddy gives a big smile. He laughs. They gives him a little high five. He's just a winner. Michael Kidd-Gilchrist can play. If I'm picking a team, I'm picking 10 guys. I want him on my team.
Kenny Boynton knocks down another 3. That's his 4th of the night, but too little, too late.
Yeah, Boynton and Walker really have had good careers, though, at Florida.
No doubt about that. Irvin Walker has not played that much tonight, actually. He's the leader in minutes played of active SEC players. Now, everybody getting in the act. Kidd-Gilchrist back-to-back lobs to the big guys.
Yeah, why? He's laying up some assists to his teammates. Little trip right outside.
Kidd-Gilchrist, if he keeps this up, would end up with a triple-double. He had the double-double a long time ago. And now he's getting the big guys in the act. Davis, all but one of his field goals tonight have been dunks, and Terrence Jones says, I can do the same thing. Mike here, it's a 20-point Kentucky advantage, 3:36 to play as we look at our good hands play brought to you by Allstate. More than one good play and more than one good shot from the outside as Duran Lamb has got 4 threes tonight. Everybody started getting in the act, and ironically enough, Darius Miller hitting one. Welcher going to knock one down, and it's been the Wildcats hitting the threes, not the Florida Gators. As we came into the game, that's what we expected, that Florida, if they could hit their three-pointers, maybe had a chance. Well, they're 6 for 23, which would match and be a season low if it stays that way. And Kentucky 9 out of 15, and that guy's got 4 of them.
9 out of 15, all quality ones too.
Yep.
Quality shots. Got it within the realm of their offensive set. Good ball movement, player movement. Great job by Kentucky tonight.
Kenny Boynton has 10 points in the second half.
Came out early, really executed their game plan, attacked the three-point shooters, and took charge of the game. Totally in command. I mean, it's been no doubt whatsoever Kentucky.
Well, with their remaining schedule, it would shock me if anybody snapped their winning streak at Rupp Arena with the way they're playing.
Nobody will beat him on his floor, Brad. Nobody will beat him on his floor.
You get block the pass. Boynton takes it the other way.
You know, point scorer now, but really all late.
Yeah.
All late, filling up the stat sheet. But he's playing hard.
Well, if they got a stop or two and hit a couple threes, they could get it to single digits, but that's not happening.
It's not going to happen. They're executing too well. First team to go for 70 against Florida in the last 9 opponents.
Field from the baseline, a foul by you get.
You know one thing about you get, he really plays hard. He really does. Limited offensively with his skills, but he gives you everything he has.
Couple of double-doubles tonight. Kidd-Gilchrist had one a long time ago. Marcus Teague has 12 points and 10 assists.
Played under control, really poised, executed really well. Key component in basketball, you better have a guy that can execute at that point, just as Pittsburgh losing to Kid Woodall. There are different clubs, like having a Rolls Royce, and now you got an engine. You know about Rolls Royce, you got one in your garage.
No, I'm afraid not. Right now, the 3 freshmen, the senior Darius Miller and the sophomore Terrence Jones on the floor, and Darius Miller gets in the lob act to Davis. Everybody helping him out. He's got 16 points now.
They just do a great job with that diagonal pass, taking advantage of the strengths. See, as a team, you want to take advantage of strengths and weaknesses. Know your strengths. People in Kentucky starting to file out, go into the big Hyatt, go there, have a little fun, celebrate another W in Big Blue Nation.
They'll be 10-0, 24-1. Don't forget Purdue and Ohio State coming up next. Ohio State with a 38-game home winning streak. And the one here in Lexington's about to go to 48 at Rupp and 49 here in town.
To that alley-oop right up on top. Tell you this, that game against Indiana, you know, Davis only played 23 minutes in that game. Got in foul trouble. There's the lob over the top. Indiana did a phenomenal job executing. Look at those long runs.
Wouldn't that be fun to do once? Much less 8 times in a game.
Hey, like to try that one time, huh? Get up there a little high wire. I need a trampoline and I still couldn't do it.
Anthony Davis, a big second half, but all easy shots courtesy of his friends. He did take one jumper that went in.
Tell one thing, when Tom Crean's kids, they played with such fire in that game. Watford was terrific. Hulse made some big threes. He had 7 in a row in the second half. Dan Schumann and I had such a great time there in Hoosier country. It was a terrific game.
There's Miller will go out. 9-point night for him, just under his average. Beal, nice drive to the basket, but the rebound is Kentucky's. And now they can pull it out again.
I don't know if you've seen it all. Gene Wojciechowski, one of our guys, has a great book on the last great game, Kentucky. And remember when they played that game with Duke? He wrote a book about it. It's phenomenal.
Now the chant of Go Big Blue with a minute to go. Kidd-Gilchrist. Davis tried to follow with a one-hand slam, and that came off the iron. Let's check in with Ryan quickly.
All right, Ness, over on ESPN2. 4 seconds to go. Oklahoma State by 2, 69-67 on Iowa State. Get a look here in slow motion how we got there. 4 seconds to go over on ESPN2. It's a 2-point game, Iowa State and Oklahoma State. Keep you abreast of that and also get you ready for Ohio State coming up next against Purdue. For now, back to Kentucky.
And Florida, even on a 3-on-1 break, came up empty on their last shot. Cody premieres Saturday, 9 o'clock Eastern on ESPNU. And there's a hug for Anthony Davis from Coach Calipari as his night is done, and another impressive one.
I thought maybe we'd have got him out a little bit sooner. You want to take a chance of an injury, man. You don't need an injury. He slowed the game up 20.
He took a weird spill against South Carolina with a couple of minutes to play when he didn't need to be in there. But it's going to be a 20-point win. Another 20-point plus win in SEC play. And a lot of people thought that wouldn't happen to Florida in here as they came in riding a 7-game winning streak, having won 9 of their last 10. But like every other opponent recently, steamrolled by Kentucky. And it's a 20-point win, 78-58.
Too good, just too flat. Out too good defensively. The defense suffocates you. Anthony Davis, his stock keeps going up and up, Brad, and he's getting closer and closer to being the National Player of the Year.
16th straight win for the Wildcats, 15-0 at home this year. It goes to 48 straight at Rupp Arena and 10-0 in the SEC as we check in with Shannon.
Well, Coach, on Saturday you said that you thought your team played the best that they played all year. What'd you think about tonight?
We had the EBGBs to start. But they're a good team. I mean, we really guarded the three pretty good. We're pretty long and active, which makes it tough. They had 10 offensive rebounds at halftime. I don't know how many they had the second half. Probably not many because of the score. But we made some shots. Duran shot the ball well. Darius shot the ball. Marcus Teague is running my team and doing a good job. And then Michael, 15 rebounds or whatever. And I got a good team. I got a good team.
You've referenced the Super Bowl several times this week. How does this win set you guys up for moving for the rest of the SEC play and then into the tournament, besides the heebie-jeebies?
Well, we got to go to Vandy. And again, Vandy's a terrific team and well-coached and veteran team that really executes their stuff. But our thing is, are we getting better? That's all I want to know. Are we getting better? Are individual players getting better? Because for us, the ceiling to move for us right now, every individual player's got to increase a little bit.
Thank you, Coach.
Another big win for Kentucky, 78-58. 4 guys in double figures. Lamb had 18, Davis had 16, Kidd-Gilchrist 13 points and 13 rebounds, and Marcus Teague 12 points and 10 assists. That's going to do it for us. Up next on ESPN, second half of our Super Tuesday doubleheader, Purdue and Ohio State. This has been a presentation of ESPN, the worldwide leader in sports. For Dick Vitale and Shannon Spake, Brad Nessler from Rupp Arena, where it's 48 straight for the Cats. They win again tonight.